Child care costs continue to rise. Experts say some parents spend nearly $10,000 a year. That's more than college tuition in 28 states. Reportedly, while two-parent homes spend around 10% of their income, single parents bear a larger financial burden, spending nearly 40% of the income. The USDA report found the single largest expenditure for raising children has to do with housing them, followed by food, you got to feed them, childcare, and education. So joining us this morning, our money man, Dan Riccado. Kathy's the mom, so she's like, I can't miss this.
No.
Got to chat money. Childcare cost, it's a big, huge chunk of change.
As you said, more than college in 28 states, right? It's crazy. 20% of a single mom or a single dad's income goes to childcare expenses in the state of Pennsylvania, and it's extraordinarily expensive. Here's the deal. You say to yourself, well, who's getting rich off of this? Where's the money going?
That's what I was going to ask you. Why is it so expensive?
Right. Well, the reality is there's really no one getting rich off of this. 65% of that cost goes to salaries, but here's the ironic thing. The person that made your latte this morning probably makes more than the person watching your kid. Right? Well, that's just the truth. The average child care worker makes less than 14 bucks an hour.
Wow.
Right?
Really?
The reality is it's a very labor-intensive business, right? We haven't figured out yet how to have robots watch our kids, so you have to have a lot of people doing it. So 65% of the cost goes toward salaries and expenses associated with the caregiver.
Okay.
So in response, what we see is families, particularly young families, put together this spider web of care.
Yes.
You've been there, Kathy. You probably know, right?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, my gosh, my babysitter's sick. There's mom, there's an aunt, there's a neighbor.
It's the village that raises the child.
There you go.
Yeah.
Right? So there's a lot of innovation around here. That's the good news. There are some new things happening. For example, we tell folks all the time, look for your local nonprofits, your local church, the YMCA, right here in the city of Philadelphia. These are good resources that oftentimes will have subsidized child care.
Okay.
So if you can't afford the full freight, they'll work with you.
Okay. I like that.
Next thing is a lot of public schools now. In fact, the town Kathy and I live in, there's a lot of public schools that have care before school and after school.
Oh.
Now, they do charge for it, but it's relatively modest compared to what you would normally pay.
For like an after-school
Exactly.
program. Okay.
And finally, a lot of moms say, you know, we're doing these co-ops, right? We're getting together with other moms, other dads, and we're joining forces. And, you know, that way we're tackling the problem.
That's a smart way to do it.
It
So,
is.
like, if Kathy picks up the kids after school Monday, Wednesday, then her daughter's best friend's mom can get them another day.
It's tough to do. How did you do it?
That's how we did it. I mean, we did it with babysitters. My husband worked out of the house, so he was home after school. So, I mean, it's a struggle. I mean, it still is.
64% of young couples say they're either not having children or having less children because of child care expenses.
My hand's all the way up in the air. I was like this for a second. Well, my friends all talk about how much money they spend on their kids, and I'm like, oh. And then Kathy and I had this chat earlier, and I want to ask you about it.
Yeah.
A lot of parents are robbing themselves of retirement money, and it's a new study, because they're taking care of their adult children.
Yes.
$500 billion a year. So you're now an empty nester.
I am. 4 kids out of the nest.
Well done.
Yeah. And it's costing me more now than they were in the nest.
So you agree with this study by Merrill Lynch?
Totally agree. My kids are all on my... Oh, there's my kids.
There's your
kids are all
family.
on the cell phone plan. You know, we're still paying car insurance. They're never really off, are they? Right? So you'll see this, Kathy. Your daughter's ready to go to college next year, I think, right? You'll see it only gets more expensive as they get older.
Great.
Something to look forward to, right? It's like bookends. Real expensive in the beginning, real expensive at the end.
Yeah, and they say the boomerang kids, right, can come home.
Well, they're not coming home. No.
Oh, is that what you told her? The door. Dan has changed the locks on the door.
Sorry, we moved.